Today we meal prep Korean chicken and sweet potatoes that will last you for 3 to 5 days. I will start off with the potatoes. Sweet potatoes are perfect for meal prep, but kinda bad for single servings because they are gigantic. Also, I stopped peeling them, instead I will just clean them in my sink with a brush for about 30 seconds or so, and that's it. You can totally remove the skin, but please do it after you have cooked them, that's way easier. These weigh 1250 grams in total, so 250 grams per each meal. Now, I tried to poke them with a fork and bake them in one piece, however I also tried to cut them in half and bake them like this, and not only did they taste no difference, but it also takes only about half the time to bake them, so that's perfect. I will put parchment paper on a baking rack, place the potatoes on top, but don't bake them yet. Before that, I will prepare my vegetables. I will peel and dice one big white onion, this weighs 200 grams. I will also cut 200 grams of carrots. I will first cut them into small pieces, then slice them into 4 planks, and then chop them into roughly the same size as the onion. Same for the red bell pepper, I will add 2 that weigh 300 grams in total. I think that this combination of vegetables is perfect for this meal, but you can totally add zucchini, mushrooms, or even eggplants. Now this gets into a baking dish, followed up by 10 grams or 1 tablespoon of olive oil, a pinch of salt, fresh ground black pepper, and then I will mix everything with a spatula. You can absolutely fry this in a pan, but I think this is easier and will also save me some time. They will become soft in the oven by the time the rest of the recipe is ready. I will place this on the same rack as the sweet potatoes, and this now gets into the oven at 200 degrees Celsius or 400 F. The sweet potatoes need about 30 minutes until cooked fully through and become tender, and that is more than enough time to make the rest of this recipe. Next, let's make the sauce. The star of Korean chicken is this ingredient. It's called Gochujang and is a spicy chili paste made with fermented soy and is a very popular ingredient in a lot of Korean recipes. It has 200 calories and 100 grams, but because it's so strong in flavor, you won't need that much in the dishes. I will add 40 grams or 4 tablespoons into a container. Next is soy sauce, and I will add 100 grams in total. This is low sodium. I think that it's better to control the salt amount. You have to cut this in half if you have only access to normal soy sauce. It can become too salty. I will also add a splash of water, around 30 grams, and mix this. If you want, you could add grated garlic or ginger into this, but today I won't add any. However, what's important is to add 1 teaspoon or 4 grams of cornstarch. This will thicken the sauce when it gets heated and will turn it into this thick consistency that will stick to the food. I will immediately stir to prevent this to get clumps and set this aside. Here I have 4 skinless chicken breasts that weigh 900 grams in total. I will cut them into strips and then into bite-sized cubes. If you want, you can make the same recipe with skinless boneless chicken thighs. They have slightly more calories but will work even better because in my opinion thighs taste better when reheated than breasts. My butcher had an offer today for breasts, so I bought those instead. I will add a pinch of salt on top of the meat and then it's time to cook. This is a 28 cm or 11-inch pan that I will heat up to medium-high heat. I will add 2 grams of olive oil and then 1 batch of chicken breast, about half the amount. I will first let one side get some color for about 90 seconds and then flip the entire chicken and fry them again for another 90 seconds. Because they are sliced into small cubes, they don't need a lot of time to get cooked through, so be cautious to not overcook them. 3 minutes is enough. I will remove them from the pan and repeat the process until I cook all of my chicken. If you only have access to a smaller pan, that is totally fine, just add less chicken in every batch. You will have more than enough time to cook this. Once all of the chicken is done, the vegetables should be cooked through as well, about 20 to 25 minutes later. So because they were baked, they still have a lot of liquid at the bottom of the baking dish. But don't worry, just add everything to the pan and fry this now for 2 to 3 minutes. This will not only get rid of the water, but also add some browning to the vegetables. 3 minutes later, I will add back in my chicken and then go in with my sauce as well. Now, as the sauce gets heated, it will become thicker and thicker until it has this syrup-like consistency. This needs only about a minute or so, that is totally enough. Switch off the heat, taste the chicken for salt, and at this stage the potatoes should be ready as well. Remove them from the oven, and as you can see, they have become fully soft. They needed only 30 minutes of baking. Perfect. So I will prepare 5 of these meal prep glass dishes. They can be microwaved and can be stored in the freezer as well. I bought this from Amazon, link will be in the description. Okay, time to assemble. I will distribute the potatoes evenly into all 5 dishes. If you want to be precise with this, simply put a plate on a scale, add all the potatoes in and divide that number by 5. That is the weight of the potatoes that goes into every dish. They lose a lot of water during baking time, so they will weigh less than before baking. Same for the meat and vegetable mix. Once everything is equally distributed, I will also add 150 grams of canned corn. I personally love the taste of corn in combination with spicy food, but you can also skip this part. And there you go. Every of those 5 meals comes in with 558 calories, 80 grams of carbs, 8 grams of fat and 48 grams of protein. They can be stored in the fridge for up to 5 days and need around 2 to 3 minutes reheated in the microwave, but I also had them cold to be perfectly honest. Check out this video to see how I can meal prep an Italian low-calorie dessert that goes great with this, and see you there.